from America, they have been given the green light to attack the Gaza Strip. And Egypt yesterday has, as I told you, informed the Gaza leadership that they would attack you, and we as Egyptians, we are not going to intervene. Subhanallah, contrary to what Dr. Morsi said. Morsi told them before he was removed, he threatened them. He told them, you must stop your aggression against the Gaza Strip, otherwise you will see what the Arab people would do. This one said, we are not going to intervene. We will let them do whatever they wish. So again, these are their tanks, and you see how huge they are. Now, I'd like you just to look at these photos and to think about the situation of such a newly married bride. This one, married just a very short time ago, and after less than 1 month, the Zionist killed her husband. This girl, she's 12 years old. She was run over. Her body was run over by a Zionist driver. This lady, as you can see, the photo can talk better than me. So, these sisters are being arrested and tortured by the Zionist soldiers. They need somebody to support those people who can stop the Zionists from doing such things. This Palestinian prisoner is one of those prisoners who were kept in prison for more than 30 years. He struggled hard to find a mobile phone to talk to his mother. And subhanallah, unfortunately, when he got it, and when he called her, he only talked to her dead body, as you can see. She was dead. And he insisted to talk to her, and he just recited some Quran in her ear. See, after 30 years in prison, when he managed to get a phone to call his mother, subhanallah, she died. She wasn't there. See, and think about the so much pain that the Palestinians have. Wallahi, this pain is unbearable, unimaginable. You can't imagine how big this pain is, but as I said again before, we inshallah Rabbil Alameen wish that Allah would reward us for such things. This baby, his father is called Faid Saad. He's hugging the grave of his father. This is the photo of his father here. He was killed by the Zionists. Who's going to compensate him? Who's able to give him another father? Now, what is needed from you, I'd like just to show you or to remind you of how evil the Zionists are. As I told you before, they do not only attack human beings, but they attack plants, animals, stones. That's why the stones, inshallah, and the plants, before the day of judgment, during the final battle between the true believers and the unbelievers, inshallah, they would call Muslims by, oh Muslim, oh Abdullah, oh servant of Allah Azza wa Jalla, there's a Jew behind me, come and kill him. This is why. See, this is a donkey. They targeted a donkey. And again, what threat could such a donkey be? Sheep, not one like I showed you before, many. These sheep were killed just recently, not the same photos. This is the same horse, also chicken. This shows you, and again I repeat the same photos, qubur, graves. They attack a graveyard, cemeteries, and they kill the dead body, not once, twice, and 3 times. Among these tombs and the graves, people who were killed before and they were attacked 3 times. So, what is needed from you, before I tell you, you know what is needed from you. Prayers and support, all kinds of support. But there is a good story that happened during the day of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There is a great Sahabi called Talha ibn Ubaidillah. Talha once came to Rasulullah ﷺ and he reminded him of a story that happened a year ago. Two unbelievers came to Rasulullah ﷺ and they told him, "O Prophet of Allah Azza wa Jalla, we want to declare our Islam. We want to be Muslims." So they converted to Islam. They became true believers. They bear witness that there is no God but Allah Azza wa Jalla and Muhammad is his messenger. And they left Rasulullah ﷺ. A short time after this, one of them, during a battle, he was killed as a martyr. Subhanallah. Yani he didn't live too long, just a short time, he was killed as a martyr. A year after, the second one, who declared his Islam, who became a Muslim, after a year, he died normally. He died out of sickness, or he just died normally. So Talha came to Rasulullah ﷺ and he reminded him of that incident, that story, and he told him, "Last night I had a dream, I had a vision, and I saw myself and these two companions, these two brothers, standing on the gates of heaven, waiting to enter heaven." So the gatekeeper, the angel, what is the angel of heaven, by the way, the one who is responsible? Do you know his name? Ridwan. Okay. It seems Ridwan. He didn't say Ridwan. He said just one angel came out from Jannah, and then he asked the second one, not the first one, not the martyr. He asked the second one who died normally after a year to get into Jannah. And then after a while he came back and he asked the second one, the one who was killed as a martyr, to get into Al-Jannah. And then he came back and told Talha, "Go back, it's not your time yet." So Rasulullah ﷺ told him, "What is the astonishment? Why are you surprised? What is wrong with this?" He told him, "How come, Rasulullah ﷺ?" He asked the second one, the one who was killed, who died normally, who wasn't killed as a martyr, to get into Al-Jannah. And he didn't ask the one who was killed as a martyr. Rasulullah ﷺ told him, "This is normal. Hadn't the first one died a year before the second one?" He said, "Yes." He told him, "Hadn't the second one died a year after the first one?" He said, "Yes." He told him, "Hadn't the second one attended one Ramadan?" So during Ramadan, you can get rewards and you can do things, you can perform worships to Allah Azza wa Jal that will make you better than a martyr. So my advice to you and to myself before you is to get benefit of every single moment in this Ramadan. You know that this Ramadan has one night, Laylatul Qadr, the night of destiny, which is better than 1,000 months. So try to make qiyam, try to perform salah as much as you can, try to recite Quran, and try to donate for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jalla. I'm about to finish. Allah says, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has said, it was narrated that Allah Azza wa Jalla loves the most among the people those people who are most beneficial to the people. And the most beloved deed to Allah Azza wa Jal is to make a Muslim happy. I'll tell you about the situation again in the Gaza Strip. You know that in Gaza we had division between the Palestinian parties, the main factions, Hamas and Fatah. Alhamdulillah, we have ended this division. But unfortunately, there is still some problems. There are 40,000 Palestinian employees who are still working up till now and are not given their salaries for more than 4 months now. After the 10th government in 2007, many Palestinian employees were asked to stay home, not to work. There was a decision to topple the 10th government, the Hamas government, I mean. So all the doctors, all the teachers, all the soldiers, the policemen, all people were asked to stay at home, don't go to your work. And at that time I was a teacher and I was asked to stay at home, but I refused. I kept performing my duty, because I knew that if I stayed at home, this means that 250,000 of students will be in the streets. So we continued working, and they cut our salaries. So the government of Gaza started to pay us our salaries. And we kept working from 2007 up till now. And we were given our salaries by the government of Gaza. Then, after the unity government, which was formed almost 2 months ago, they said that we cannot pay the people who were employed by the Gaza government. Because I told you that many people stayed at home, they kept being given their salaries for more 7 years while staying at home. And other people were employed by the Gaza government because there was no more people to work, so that's why they hired other people to work in the Gaza Strip. Right now, we have 40,000 employees who do not have their salaries. Think about them again. It is not only the poor people, it is not only the orphans, the widows that we have in the Gaza Strip, but also those people, the unemployed, employed people. They are working, but with no salaries. Think about yourself. If God forbid, you are not given your salary for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, khalas, no savings. So right now, the people there in Gaza, they are in a very difficult situation. So among the most things that Allah Azza wa Jal loves is that you make a Muslim brother happy. So try to make these people, either in Palestine, either unfortunately in Syria, in Egypt, in all the places where Muslims suffer, try to make them happy. Or to remove one of his trouble, to remove one trouble of your brother's troubles, or to forgive his debt. Allah Azza wa Jal also says by the tongue of his Prophet. Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, it was narrated that he who reveals the hardships of a believer in this world, Allah Azza wa Jal will relieve his hardships on the Day of Judgment. And he who makes easy what is difficult in this world for a Muslim, Allah Azza wa Jal will ease his difficulty on the day after. Allah Azza wa Jal will call, the last thing inshallah, Allah Azza wa Jal will call, during the Day of Judgment, will call every one of you, inshallah, he won't call you, but he will call many Muslims, O son of Adam, Ya ibn Adam, O son of Adam, I asked you for food, but you didn't feed me. So the Muslim would say, oh my Lord, how come you want me to feed you while you are the Lord of this world? You are Allah, you are the creator of this world. Allah would say, didn't you know that such and such my servant, Fulan, has asked you for food, but you didn't feed him? If you had given him food, you would have found me there. And then he would repeat, O son of Adam, I asked you for a drink, but you didn't give me. Again he would say, Oh Allah Azza wa Jal, how come I would give you drink while you are the Lord of this world? Again he would tell him that my servant asked you for a drink, but you didn't give him drink. Your brothers and sisters in the Gaza Strip are asking you to feed them, to give them a drink, to support them, to support those people who are helping him. I can't talk more clearly than this. We have people who are defending us, and we have people who are reducing, or at least make the number of widows and orphans as it is, not to increase more and more, by confronting and by intimidating the enemies of Allah Azza wa Jal, the enemies of the whole Ummah. Allah says again on the tongue of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Ya ibn Adam, anfiq yunfaq alayk. Take a good opportunity, seize the opportunity, the golden opportunity in this Ramadan, and try to help those people who are in need, so that Allah Azza wa Jal would help you. Jazakumullah khair. Thank you very much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.